Patriots, on this show, we have been detailing the rather unfortunate downward trajectory in the mood and the optimism of our country. And Jen, most of the driver of that is the unfortunate recent news on the economy.
You know, I mean, it's no surprise, right? You've got obviously these renewed mandates. You've got everything costing more the minute you step out the door, and this uncertainty as to when it's actually going to end. And it seems, honestly, Steve, like there's no end in sight.
Yeah, so we have to analyze what is the problem and what are potential solutions, because America faces right now the worst inflation in a generation. And it's all thanks to Biden, Harris, Pelosi, Schumer, and a whole lot of loser Republicans, turncoat hacks like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, minority Mitch McConnell. Today, the Bureau of Labor Statistics released the PPI report, the Producer Price Index, which measures the changing costs of producing the products you buy. And wow, it was really a stink bomb. It was a doozy. For a look into just how bad, let's get to a Chalk Talk. So this is producer prices, and I'm going back to September of last year. Now, mind you, in September and November of 2020, the economy was exploding because the country was reopening from the spring of 2020 lockdown. So we had off the charts wage gains, growth numbers, but guess what? We had incredibly restrained inflation with the leadership of Donald Trump. We had fast growth, rising wages, and tame inflation below 1% on a wholesale level. Look at what happens in January. All of a sudden, we get a Joe Biden in the Oval Office. It starts to tick up just a bit, and then a lot more than a bit. What has happened ever since, leading to this most recent report, 7.8% PPI. That is the worst number ever. The worst number in the history of the index. Now, to be fair, the index was reformulated in 2010, so it's the worst number since at least 2010. But if we look at similar numbers, similar indices, it is the highest producer price number in all likelihood since the early 1980s. That is the reality of the Biden inflation spike, what it is doing to us. That's why I say it's the worst inflation in a generation. And listen, folks, I'm not cherry picking here because this PPI data, it is not isolated. Let's look at CPI, which is the consumer data sibling, so to speak, of PPI. It reported this week as well a stunning 5.4% rate increase, which matched that same 5.4% rate from the prior month. And these 2 months, they are the highest rate of price increases for consumers since 2008. Now, despite this data, the so-called experts in Washington, D.C., and I use that term very loosely, they want to insist that there's nothing to worry about, that this inflation is transitory.
And we, at least on a year-over-year basis, will continue, I believe, through the rest of the year to see higher inflation rates, maybe around 3%. But I personally believe that this represents transitory factors.
As these transitory supply effects abate, inflation is expected to drop back toward our longer-run goal.
They continue to convey that they believe the impact will be temporary, transitory, however you want to refer to it.
Transitory. They keep on using that word. I don't think it means what they think it means. If you have transitory on your bingo card in Washington, D.C., you're going to do pretty well. But listen, friends, do not believe them. Do not believe them. These so-called experts, they get their predictive calls wrong all the time, if you look at their track record. They're also incredibly conflicted, and they have every reason to lie and tell you that things are just fine, even when they might very well know otherwise, know that it's not the case. So consider some of these price increases for basic goods, things, staples in your life, things like energy and food. Natural gas. It's up 78% in the last year. Now, it's only August, which means that fall temperatures are going to be just around the corner for much of the United States, coolness. And before long, those elevated natural gas prices, they're going to sting a lot of consumers with massively higher heating bills come fall and winter. A related commodity, coal. The price of coal has almost tripled in the last year, and it's up 98% since Biden's inauguration. Maybe Biden's war on American energy isn't such a grand idea after all. Now, let's look at the cost of putting food on the table. Wheat. It was under $5 a bushel a year ago, and it vaulted higher today to over $7.50 a bushel, up 52% in the last year. So, good time to be gluten-free, I guess. but terrible news for Americans facing staggering price increases at the grocery store. All of these prices, folks, all of them are soaring for one reason: the Biden inflation spike. As Joe Biden destroys faith in the once mighty United States dollar and launches already problematic spending and borrowing into overdrive, smart global capital pours into any asset that will offer protection against further inflation. Hence, the massive deployment of capital, the rush of capital into physical resources, from corn to crude oil, and the institutional move into residential housing, pricing out many would-be home purchasers, especially first-time home buyers. So, how do we make it stop? Make it stop, please. How do we do it? Given the total cave by shameful Republicans like Lindsey Graham, who aid and abet Biden as he hammers middle and lower income Americans, we actually have to rely on a sensible Democrat or two. Perhaps Kyrsten Sinema of Arizona or Joe Manchin of West Virginia. After the vote early Wednesday morning, Senator Manchin issued a very reassuring statement, expressing, quote, serious concerns about the scope of the bills, saying, "I firmly believe that continuing to spend at irresponsible levels puts at risk our nation's ability to respond to the unforeseen crises our country could face. I urge my colleagues to seriously consider this reality as this budget process unfolds in the coming weeks and months." Some wise words from the D side of the aisle.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.